Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now, today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make money with your skills, how to make money with your skills. And literally, I'll be telling you guys how I made $100,000 just in the space of a week or thereabout, just with my skills. You see, there is a poor person in all of us, and there's also a rich person in everybody. So I'm going to say that one more time. There's a poor person in all of us, and there's also a rich person in all of us. You watching this, there's a poor person in you, and there's a rich person in you. Now, the poor person manifests when you think consumption. Whenever you think consumption, the poor person manifests. But when you think production, the rich person manifests. So your thinking process, your mindset determines what manifests in your life. If you always think in consumption, money comes into your hand, consumption. Money comes into your hand, consumption. If you have that mindset, if you have that process of thinking, you're going to be poor. But then if you're always thinking production, money comes into your hand, you think about how to produce, how to multiply, you're going to be wealthy. So think about it now. Your education cannot make you rich. I know that's a shock to a lot of people. It's true. Your education cannot make you rich. What will make you rich are your skills. And your skills can come irrespective of your formal education. So you can get skills outside of the formal education, cycle. Now, if you think about it, your teachers, whether it be from elementary school, primary school, secondary school, high school, or even to college or university, you find out that at some point in time, maybe during your time or maybe after your time, your teachers would have gone on strike. Now, your teachers, these are your teachers, they're going on strike. Now, what are they going on strike for? Because they want more money. So they want more money from the government or from their employers. Maybe it's a private school. They go on strike. Now you think about that. It is because your teachers also have a consumer mindset. And that's why most times the teachers are poor. Teachers are generally just poor people or middle income, middle class. Teachers are hardly ever rich. So if Elon Musk, for instance, if Elon Musk wants more money, he's not going to go on strike to get more money. No, he's going to go to work. He's going to start up a new company. He's going to become an entrepreneur. He's going to do something that creates value. And that's how he's going to get money. So what is he doing to create value? He's using his skills. That's how he becomes an entrepreneur. He's using his skills. So skills are what are going to make you wealthy. Now, a lot of you know I'm a number one best-selling author. I used to make a lot of money from my books. I still do make a lot of money from my books, but now the money that I make from investment actually dwarfs the money that I made from my books. Before then, I was a presidential spokesman. Before then, I was vice president of a politically consultant firm. So I was vice president of a political consulting firm, and then I became presidential spokesman, and then I started writing books. Before I was ghostwriting books, and then I started to write books in my name. One of them became a bestseller, and then they affected the sales of the other books, and I was making money. But then I think maybe about 3.5 years ago, we had this lockdown, or rather we had the pandemic, and then the pandemic led to the lockdown. And even during the pandemic and lockdown, I was traveling. But then a lot of my followers, because I've got a lot of social media followers, were complaining to me, we can't go out in Nigeria, we can't go out in Ghana, we can't go out in Tanzania, we can't go out in Kenya, we can't go out in India. And Pastor Reno will follow you, we love you, we believe in you, help us. So if you recall, I was giving out money, I gave out a lot of money in these countries. But then I found out I was enabling poverty because people were asking me for money to eat. They were asking me for money to pay their school fees. They were asking me for money to, like buy medicines. These are consumption. There's nothing productive about any of these things. If you eat, all that money is gone. If you buy petrol or fuel or gas, all that money is gone. If you go and buy medication, all that money is gone. So I thought to myself, how could I teach people to be productive? Around about that time, Bitcoin became big. Now, Bitcoin had always been around, for a long time. It's been around since about 2001. But then, it just entered my consciousness. And I saw a lot of people were losing money from Bitcoin. And I said to myself, why are people losing money from Bitcoin? And then it occurred to me that people were going into Bitcoin because of greed, not because of knowledge. And I said, look, this is a risk asset. A risk asset is like a stock. A stock is also a risk asset. But then how are people making money from stocks? So I began studying the S&P 500 and I found out that it was an index. And I said to myself, what is an index? And I found out that all they do is that they monitor the prices of the 500 largest corporations in America. They monitor the stock prices of those companies. And then they're able to create an index of 500 companies. Once a company is no longer in that index, they kick it out, and then they only invest in companies in that index. And not just that, they only invest once a day at a particular time. They pick the time based on their indexing of past events. So I said to myself, okay, why can't I mirror this for maybe Bitcoin and Ethereum? And I began to do that. And then when I started to do that, I made a lot of money. Now, watch this video. Just watch it. It's about 90 seconds, but it's worth a watch. Watch this video. I told you guys that crypto was going to bounce back up, and now it has, just as I said it was going to bounce back up. In fact, I'm actually here with my family. We're celebrating. Now, you see, that's the thing I've got to tell you. There were a number of issues that led to the situation. What's happening in China, where the Chinese government is clamping down on crypto miners in the Sichuan region, where they're principally based, and then what's happening also in Russia, where Russia is also clamping down on miners, actually trying to shut them down, and then with the Feds trying to hike rates, and they've announced that they're going to do that likely 3 times. So it was expected. It was not like it was something that wasn't expected. But then you look at the data. Look at what's happening. 36%, as at 5 months ago, 36% of small and medium scale businesses in America accept crypto. Right now in America, there's 14,000 crypto ATMs, 14,000 Bitcoin ATMs. It's going to flash up on the screen. You're going to see it. So the only way is up, because the laws of demand and supply, they're in favor of crypto. It's not just even small and medium scale businesses. Microsoft is accepting crypto. PayPal is accepting crypto. Whole Foods, a grocery store that I shop at because they sell organic stuff, they accept crypto. Starbucks, where you buy tea, coffee, Starbucks, they accept crypto. So, you think about it, in America today, right now, you can use crypto to buy gas in a gas station, in a fueling station. Now, that was a year ago. Through indexing, I was able to make money. And then the amount of profit I made at that time was not quite $100,000. It was almost $100,000, but not just quite. It stopped short of being $100,000. And I've been making money every week since then. I've never lost money on crypto. Never. Because I go into crypto because I index. And if I've not indexed the cryptocurrency, I'm not going to go into it. So that's a skill that I taught myself. And you can teach yourself various skills. Now, if you don't know how to index cryptocurrency and you want to index, you can watch my video on indexing cryptocurrency. Now, I'm going to put that video in the link, I'm going to put the link to that video in the description box of this video. But it doesn't have to be indexing of cryptocurrency. You can find another skill. Maybe your skill can be tied to cooking. Your skill maybe can be making people laugh. You see, whenever people told you that, oh, you have a knack for doing something, now don't turn that knack into a hobby. Turn that knack into a skill, and then use that skill to make money. So that's where you're going to be making money. Have a skill and then be up to tomorrow with that skill, not up to date. Because we're now living in a knowledge worker age whereby knowledge becomes almost obsolete every 9 months, every 10 months. So you've got to replenish your skills. I'll give you a very good example. If you are a comedian, a comic, you see, you've got to replenish your jokes. Make your jokes relevant to society. Know about the common and then the trending topics, the trending language, the trending, like street language that people use, slangs. And then you update it. Maybe it might be that you are an entrepreneur. Okay, then if you want to be an entrepreneur, you've got to be up to date. What are the emerging technologies? What are they? How good are you in AI, artificial intelligence, which is right now the emerging technology? What do you understand it? What are the little details, the nitty-gritty? How do you know about that? So you've got to be in the cutting edge. So that's what's going to make you wealthy. And then you start to think like that. You think production. So you're no longer thinking consumption. Once you change your thinking pattern and then you add a skill to that, so you've got a thinking pattern where you're thinking production, not consumption, and then you add a skill to that, it's impossible for you to get poor. It's impossible for you to be poor. It's impossible for you to lack money. Look at me. I never went to school to study indexing. It's something that I taught myself, self-taught. And now I've probably become, last year, Business Insider, the #1 business magazine in the whole world, They gave me an award as the #1 business influencer in the whole of just think about that, in the whole of Africa. #1 business influencer. I beat people like Tony Elumelu, who's a dollar millionaire. I beat people like Busi Tembakwayo. I beat several other people who are dollar billionaires. And look at me. It's just from something that I taught myself, a skill. So have your mindset. Stop thinking about consumption. Start thinking about production. And then look for a skill where you have a knack for. And then begin to grow yourself in that skill. And that's how you're going to become wealthy. Now, if you've watched this and you have questions arising from this, put your questions in the comment section of this video. My staff are going to bring them to me. And I'll do my best to respond to each and every category. But you got to remember, I do not have a WhatsApp forum, a Telegram channel, or a Gmail email address. Scammers have seen that my videos tend to go viral, so they created a number of fake YouTube profiles with my image on them, and they approach you in the comment sections of my videos telling you helpline, guideline, contact me for more profitable information. They are all spammers and scammers. They're going to ask you to pay $1,000, and that's the last you hear from them, and then you start chasing me, the real Ronald Murphy. Everything I do is for free. Now, this Ronald Murphy, the Apostle of Prosperity, saying, God bless you.
Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is